So I got this out of the Toyota Good for Footy suggestion box. It says, get more disability footy out there. It's not talked about and it's not well known. Well, let's shine a light on what these boys have been getting up to. What's going on, brother? You all right? You ready to do some training or what?
How you doing, mate? What is it?
G'day. Good. You going all right?
I look after disabilities football in WA, and one of the great things is the programs that we run. And one of the programs we run is for intellectual disabilities, and we've created the Inclusion Football Academy, and we're here to show you through the process.
Well, if I miss a target, it's only because I'm tired, boys. What is this competition, and what does this competition mean to the players and the broader community?
So the players that have chosen to be part of the Inclusion Football Academy play in the integrated competition. That's a community-based competition throughout the amateur football clubs in the Perth metro area. There's 71 clubs, so there's 11 teams that play home and away games, just like A grade, just like the women's teams, just like the Colts teams. And, you know, Thursday night meals, it's all of them together and playing the same jumpers, train on the same ovals, kick the same footy, and this is just an opportunity for them to have a pathway of excellence and meet a whole lot of other players within the 350 players that play in the competition. Got 2 sessions before we start our exhibition games, but tonight we need to get some photos. There's 2 photo areas set up. You don't need to go to both areas. If you go to both areas, it means you get your photos taken twice. Remember, what did we say about the photos? Are we going to both or are we going to go to one? Right, we've got it clear. Okay.
These guys don't know it yet, but Toyota are planning on doing something very special for these guys. Stay tuned. These photos are going to be good. Now we're cooking. The Dustin Martin. Footy cards captures the most important moments in games, your celebrations, your goals. Looking back, I know that at the back end of my career, I'm going to be keeping a lot of footy cards, not only for myself, but for my kids as well. I'm sitting here with my buddy Ben. Ben, how old are you and who do you go for? And I also want to know who is your favourite player?
I'm 18 and I go for Freo and my favourite player is Michael Walters.
Hey, there we go. That's what I like to hear, Benny. I'll give you that money later, all right? What is it that you love most about playing footy?
Is that everyone gets involved and that you're meeting new people every time you play with your team.
So have you got a lot of friends in your footy team?
Yes, a lot.
And you enjoy playing each week?
Yes, because I love getting around the players, like the boys that I'm with, and that even if we're down a lot, then I like to try and get all of my team back up.
That's good. Football in the community is important because it's a way of making friendships. It gets everyone out of their comfort zone and it teaches everyone leadership, but also working in an environment where a group of people are working together. I find it takes your mind away from other things. I know if I'm going through some tough trials and tribulations outside of footy, I know that whenever I'm out there for that first 2 hours, it takes my mind away from a lot of things. Everyone should have the opportunity to be included in the team because no matter what sport it is, basketball, football, soccer, win, lose or draw, there's no doubt that you're out there having fun, and that also makes your mental capacity good as well. From what I saw tonight, you guys have unbelievable talent, skill. Your voice is unreal. But yeah, once again, I just want to say thank you very much for letting me come down here, join in training. I didn't have to do too much because you guys had me laughing, had me smiling. I can't wait to give Ben the Toyota footy cards. There's no doubt he'll be proud, but as soon as he gives it to his teammates as well, the feeling in the room will be absolutely electric. G'day, how are ya?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you again. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm going all right.
I've got some cards for you.
What have you got there, bud?
A couple of footy cards of him and the whole team.
Oh, they're fantastic. They were really cool.
So, Ben, what do you think the rest of your teammates will think about the Toyota footy cards?
I reckon they're going to really enjoy it and make them feel special.
I definitely will.
Yeah.
Well, Ben's loved joining the Inclusion footy team, and this state team has just been amazing, hasn't it? And it's given him, just such a new sense of life.
I think to watch him be a part of that journey has been really
really, really special.
You know, we can't thank the AFL and Toyota enough for what they've done putting this program together. I think it's just had such a good effect for not just for Ben, but for the whole group of boys.
For him to get the footy card and for him to be able to deliver that to the team, I think is going to be a really special moment.
All right, Ben, thank you so much for welcoming me to your house. I just hope you and your teammates enjoy the Toyota footy cards. Enjoy the game tonight. Go out there, get a whole heap of touches, but whenever you get close to goal, make sure you kick them, all right?
All right, thank you for coming out, and it's a pleasure to be having you here.
No worries, buddy. Thank you.
Thanks.
See you, mate. Enjoy.
Ben and Michael have known each other for a little while, right? Michael dropped in to say g'day, and is that all he did? He just come over, knocked on your door and said g'day, or did he just...
No, he gave me the cards.
What, of him?
No, of the whole integrated team.
Of this whole Inclusion Football Academy? Who's that? Who is it?
That's Blair.
Blair. Blair. So did he only rock up with one set of cards?
He rocked up with a lot of sets.
Oh, so whose job is it? Did he make it your job to do what?
To give them out to the team.
What, their own set of footy cards?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
No. Let's get ready for some Toyota footy time.
All right.
I've never been on a footy card before.
Oh my gosh, I got an official footy card.
I have no clue. It was actually fun though. I didn't know I was gonna be in there.
So cool, so cool.
Oh, it was a bloody fantastic feeling.
Stuart Darling's in the centre.
Hello and welcome to Prospect High Gymnasium. A big game here for you this afternoon as part of our AFL Tasmania Inclusion and Wheelchair AFL Gala Day. We have a match between Tasmania White and Tasmania Green, two teams that make up our Tasmanian State Wheelchair AFL team. My name is Anthony Osborne, really excited to be bringing you this afternoon's action alongside Ryan Rosendale. Ryan, fantastic to have your company today.
Thanks, Ozzy. Pleasure as always, mate. Yeah, we saw a terrific game earlier outside, so should be in for a terrific wheelchair football game today in what's my first wheelchair game, as is yours.
Absolutely. This game today proudly brought to you by Toyota in conjunction with AFL Tasmania and Paracord Tasmania as we just stop for Graham Gardner's Welcome to Country.
We are here on Aboriginal land overlooking the Karamaluka Tamaroo. Mina Tanapri Ningi Nungapi Takara Miladina Nika. Mina Tanapri Ningi Hakana Manamapu. So I acknowledge my own people who once walked this land, and I acknowledge my elders and my community of today. The story of my people is one of defiance and survival against many atrocities. Their resilience and strength is what is with us today. In this area, our old people walked the land, our warriors hunted, and our women gathered food and medicine. So much of this landscape was shaped by traditional fire. This place has meaning. Today, Nina Taipani Riawina, you have come to play. Warranta Taipani Lakapawa, we have come to see you play. You are our champions. Today, you begin your journey, so show your strength, show your ability, and embrace every moment you achieve your goal in life. Nina Noritu, thank you.
Fantastic to have Graham Gardner here, prominent member of the local Tasmanian football community and Indigenous community. Fantastic for him. He also just received an award prior to this today. Ryan, he's been a fantastic ambassador of Tasmanian football. It's great to have him involved for today. So you can see here umpires Sam Bridges and Caden Winwood preparing for action. Both prominent TSL umpires are both officiated in the game beforehand as well. Sam Bridges also on the AFLW panel, which is fantastic for him and great to have him involved in the day as well. Looks like Team White have won the toss and they're going to be going to the left-hand side, which Andy Bennett, AFL Tasmania Regional Manager for the South and the TSL, is going to be in the goals today. So a bit of pressure on him for this afternoon.
A little bit of pressure.
It's great to be here. We've got two teams stacked full of talent. We'll just quickly run through the team list for today. Tasmania, Team White. Number 1, Sky Johnson. Number 2, Georgie Gott. Number 3, Trent Johnson. Number 4, Mason Brown. And number 7, Jason Jinks. For Team Green, Georgia Brown, number 9. Griffin Hand, number 13, Joe Chivers, number 14, Lauren Burns, 18, Ben Winwood, 21, and Peter Brown, 31. Wheelchair AFL, if you are tuning in for the first time, you have 5 players taking to the field at any one time. Players are restricted as to which zone they can enter. Forwards can only move in the forward or centre zones. Backs can only move in the centre and back zones, and centres can go everywhere they like. Only designated forwards can score as we get underway here at Prospect High. Team Green with their hands on the football to begin with. You see here for Team White, just taking control, a bit of tempo was Mason Brown. Marks taken there by Jason Jinks. Over the top to Brown. Moving well is Brown. Stops and props. Looks for a couple of options here. Brown. Driving handball down the line. Finds Trent Johnson. Johnson stops. He looks for an option. Decides to go long. Does Johnson through for a minor score. So Tasmanian White off and running. They are one behind.
I should mention, Aussie, a kick in wheelchair football is considered a handball. So you would have seen there a few long handballs. So the ball travels more than the 3 metres required. You'll see the whistle blown for a mark. So ball hits the deck, play on. Johnson's the man that's going to lead the pack to that football. He picks it up. Good underarm throw to a teammate there in Georgie Cott. She gets a handball away. Good intercept though by the green side. It's taken there. Good underarm throw again. It's a cut off well there by Jason Jinks. We've got a loose footy as the ball trickles forward. That one's gone out of bounds. So we'll run through the rules as we continue here on the live stream. As I said, it's our first wheelchair football contest we've called. So if you're watching along for the first time, stick with us. These are the professionals out here on the gym floor.
Nice work there from Team White. They've got a runner out wide. Moving the ball to head of Sky Johnson. Johnson stops and props. Mason Brown's likely going to be the recipient. Just trying to pick up the football was Brown, unable to. Here's an opportunity for Team Green. Joe Chivers, he claims the mark.
I think he's got one past him.
It certainly wasn't the 3 metres, so a bit of confusion around as he goes down the line and finds Peter Brown. Peter Brown looks over the top for goal, through for a minor score. So one behind a piece earlier here at Prospect High. We've played almost 2 minutes now. See Nathan Warren there behind the goals, and also an AFL Tasmania employee, part of the Tasmania Devils program. So Team White move the ball down the line, just goes through the arms of Trent Johnson. Joe Chivers, high hands, moves the ball through nicely. Bit of a tussle in the middle of the court. Nice work there for Georgia Brown, linking up. Peter Brown collides with Georgie Goff. Peter Brown with ball in hand, just stopping to assess the options. Goes out to Joe Chivers, a star of this team, a star of the Hawthorn VFLW wheelchair team as well. His handball just misses the target. Tapped along the ground in favour of Georgie Gott, who picks it up well. Georgie Gott goes out wide, picks up Jason Jinks, who goes to Trent Johnson, who thought about playing on, but is going to stop and have a shot on goal.
So he's been lively early, has Trent Johnson. And back in from here, I feel like he's got the distance on the handball. Looks pretty good. We'll wait for the signal from the umpire. It's all clear. So first one of the day goes to Tasmania White. And the man that's put that one through is Trent Johnson.
Yeah, nice work there from Trent Johnson. Thought about playing on. I also just want to say nice work from Andy Bennett behind the goals too. Looks a natural goal umpire. Back in the middle of the court now. Team Green with the numbers. It's just going to evade Brown out of bounds. So, of course, it is last touch. Exactly right, Ryan. So, free ball is going the way of Team White, courtesy of Jason Jinks. Right up in our camera's grill here is Jinks. Jinks just goes for the long option in the end, only as far as Georgia Brown, who plays on to Joe Chivers. Joe Chivers, a loopy ball over the top. The quick shot on goal is through. Team Green kick there first, courtesy of Peter Brown. 1-1 apiece after just about 4 minutes in this opening term at Prospect High.
So we'll see a few touches here too. It's very similar to AFL 9s, Aussie. If you get touched, you've got your 3 seconds if you've had no prior, and if you've had your prior, you'll be called for holding the ball. So a bit like AFL 9s. Touch and get rid of it, or it's holding the ball and you'll get a free kick awarded to your side.
So umpire Sam Bridges will take this one back. Give it over to you now for this one, Ryan.
Replay. Good tap down there by the green side. That man, Joe Chivers, as you said, he's a wheelchair football expert. Plays over with Hawthorn in the wheelchair football over in Victoria. This footy's going to ground ball. We've got wheelchairs and people everywhere. Good mark taken. Umpires called it. That man's number 7, Jason Jinks. He gives off to Mason Brown. He's going to have one over the top. Sky Johnson's with the footy now. She's going to reset here. So that play down gives back to Mason Brown. He goes over the top. Great kick over the top. And that's a terrific play from the white side. Trent Johnson's got his second of the day. And they are in front of this contest early in the first quarter.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. You can see Trent Johnson is the man. When it gets inside the attacking zone, it is his ball to win. And I really like the way that these two teams are looking for those attacking passes over the top, the loopy balls, to really get the game going their way. Mason Brown now across half back. He gets the ball up, and a nice mark taken by Georgie Gott. Handball's a bit of a task is set, but taking the ball there was Team Green. Joe Chivers goes out wide. He's got a couple of moving players now. Peter Brown just tries to get rid of it. The umpire says holding the football. So no score. A free pass going the way of Team White. Some desperate defensive work in the end. Reels them in.
So you'll see also underarm throws are legal in wheelchair football. Can't go overarm, but if you go underarm above the shoulder, it's considered what in football out on a green grass would be a handball. So you'll see handballs and throws in this game here today. So we've got a last touch rule from a throw-in. So the green side get this one forward through that man playing in the centre, Joe Chivers, but it's come back towards us at the commentary side of the gym. Can the man kick his third? He can. Terrific play there from Trent Johnson. So he's got 3. He's got all 3 for the white side. And they lead this one 3-1-19 to 1-1-7.
Yeah, that combination forward of centre now for Team White is looking really dangerous. Georgie Gott has been quite busy as well. And you could just see there, Johnson and Gott were raffling the ball between each other. In the end, Johnson swooped in on it, kicked his third. Fantastic effort from him. As Team Green go from downtown, bouncing through for a minor score. So fast-paced game here. We've already played just about 7 minutes. We're playing 4 10-minute quarters this afternoon. And if you are tuning in, thank you for joining us today. This game proudly brought to you by Toyota in conjunction with AFL Tasmania and Paraquad Tasmania. Paraquad Tas, a fantastic organisation. See here, this ball's just going to stay in play from Johnson, who hurries the handball over, but it's all green now. That ball set a bit of a task for his teammate in Hearn, who's unable to take it under his grasp. The looping ball there from Joe Chivers gives Hearn an opportunity. Hearn quickly under the pump, unable to capitalise. Ball's now going to go the way of Green, who just keep it in. Joe Chivers, a little, sells a bit of candy over the top to Hearn, who doesn't take the ball. Now Team White will look to swoop on the footy and make Team Green pay. Over the top there, there's a player on the last line. It's Mason Brown. Does well to keep it in play and eventually out of bounds for the last touch, favouring Joe Chivers of Team Green. Have to say these Tassie jumpers look fantastic, by the way, Ryan. Thank you to the Hawthorn Football Club for their support as well.
So mark's been paid there, I think, to Peter Brown, the goal scorer for the green side, and he's put through his second. So 2 goals to 3 now here in at the Prospect High School gym. And should mention another rule there. You'll notice each player's wearing a different coloured sash. So your forwards are the only ones that can score a goal. But everyone else has got to get the ball to your forwards, and if you want to go on the board, they're the people you need the footy in the hands of. So we see a bit of a clash there of wheelchairs. It's a pretty dangerous game, this one, Aussie. I would not like to be out there. As calls for ball, Sam Bridges, the umpire, says play on. As Brown trickles that one towards the boundary line. So, she said last touch rule in effect. The white team's going to get it. Johnson almost took the mark there. Brown as well. As Georgie Gott couldn't take that one cleanly. And it's Joe Chivers that's taken a mark here. As we said, he's one of the stars of wheelchair football in Tasmania. Whilst he's straight over in the VFL competition with Hawthorn. And that's another one to Peter Brown. So terrific play there from the green side. And that takes them to 3-2-20 to 3-1-19.
Yeah, this combination of Chivers into Brown is becoming a problem for Team White. I really like the way that Brown's going about his football at the moment. You can see there, starting in the middle, looking to drive them forward. A big collision in the middle of the court as the ball's bouncing towards the goal.
Wheelchair down. He's up on his feet.
That was a big collision in the middle of the court.
Recovered well.
The ball's going to come back into the middle of the court, going to umpire Bridges.
So you notice the whistle was blown there by Sam Bridges. If a wheelchair is taken out, we have a stop of play and we wait for that player to get back on their wheels, I should say, and we'll have a continuation of play. Brown now gets that one out to a teammate. But the whistle's going to beat everyone, as that's the end of the first quarter here at the Prospect High Gym, and we've got a tight ball game. 3-2-20 plays 3-1-19. It's the green side taking a 1-point lead here at quarter time, and as you mentioned, Ozzy, that combination of Peter Brown, who's kicked 3, and Joe Chivers in the ruck has paid dividends late in that first quarter.
Yeah, that's right, Ryan. It was a quarter that was probably played in 2 halves, I'd have to say. I think the first half was really dominated by Team White. It felt like Team Green started to get control of the contest as the game progressed. And as you said, that combination of Chivers into Brown proving to be really dangerous. I thought for Team White, Trent Johnson has been everywhere when it goes forward. He has been absolutely dynamic. I've loved the game of Georgie Gott. As you said, Trent Johnson has kicked the 3. I also feel like Mason Brown is playing... It's almost felt at times, for us coming into this sport, we probably don't have the right comparisons, but it almost felt like a bit of a quarterback role, where he's coming across the back and setting things up for them so they can turn defence into offence. So we'll see how we go. We'll just take a quick short break here from Prospect High. The second quarter will be coming up shortly. Tasmania Green are leading 20-19.
Get the ball, see ball, get ball.
Welcome back to Prospect High. Second quarter action coming up for you shortly. It's a tight one here between Tasmania Green and Tasmania White. A slender lead in favour of Team Green after they really came from behind. The first part of this quarter was really dominated by Team White. Team Green worked their way into the contest and did really well to really stamp their authority as they went on. It looks like there has been a bit of a change. Ben Winwood coming onto the court for Team Green in place of Joe Chivers. So interesting to see how that dynamic works for them. Team White up against Team Green. In the middle here we have Sky Johnson up against that man Ben Winwood. Sam Bridges getting ready to throw the ball up, I should say, this game thanks to Toyota, Paraquad Taz and AFL Tasmania. Ryan Rosendale with the action.
So Johnson wins it down, but it's going to go the way of the green side. It's come out well here. As Georgia Brown's going to put one straight through the middle, and that's a dream start there for the green side. As Georgia Brown kicks her first of the day, takes her side to a 4-2, 26 to 3-1, 19 lead. As said, we have 4 10-minute quarters here in the Prospect High gym coming your way. And terrific tap down. Brown's the man with a footy. Gives back to his teammate in Winwood. Mark's taken. Throws, that's play on. Comes back to Winwood. Mark taken there by the goal kicker in Brown. She gives over, and that one's going to come directly to Anthony Osborne. He'll get his first touch of the day. So, just a throw in just in front of us here at the commentary side. Mark taken there by Mason Brown. As we said, he had a really good first quarter. Did that young man. Good handle. Nice. Good cut off there, though, by, I think that was Greenside. Not too sure who that was.
Lauren Burns, I think it was. Threw the hand up. Really nice defensive work.
Good cut off by Burns. So, free kick here. It's going to go the way of Peter Brown, who's kicked 3 early in the first quarter. He's been lively. Goes back to Ben Winwood. He comes over to Griffin Hearn. Now that ball's gone forward. As Ozzy said, it's a chaos ball. That's in the point post, so that'll be a free kick to the white side. And it's your man, she described the quarterback, Ozzy, Mason Brown with a footy.
I like the way Mason Brown goes about his wheelchair AFL. He's just setting them up out of defence as he goes for the short option in Jason Jinks, who one of the better names we've had the pleasure of calling today, the Jinks man. Jason Jinks over the top, just misses the target. This is going to be a bit of a challenging moment now for Team White. Peter Brown with a long ball. Shot. Just misses to the left-hand side. So a minor score for the green outfit, and this is a quarter that's been dominated by the green side early here. Just played about 2 minutes, and Tas Green are up to 27, Tas White on 19, as this ball's gone a long way down the court. Leading the charge is going to be Sky Johnson. Nice defensive work through for a minor score. So Tas White move to 3-2-20, Tas Green 4-3-27. Bringing the ball into play will be Griffin Hearn.
So Hearn just sets himself up here in the back pocket. It's cut off there though by Johnson, and he's another one through the big stick. So terrific bit of intercept play there, and he's got 4 now. He has been dangerous for the white side, and they cut that lead back to the solitary point. So 4-3-27 plays 4-2-26. We'll get another ball up. Umpire Bridges gets that one away, and that combination's working pretty well in the middle as Brown gets that one out. But it's Johnson for the white side. Tries to go back to a teammate, and it's Georgia Brown. Can she get the footy out from under the wheels? Umpire says ball up. So football gets caught under a wheelchair. We will have a stop of play, and there'll be a ball up. Again, the 2 ruckmen go up. He wins it down, does Winwood. As Brown's now, he's got touch, has to get rid of that one immediately. Johnson just floats out the back, but that ball has gone out of bounds. So
I liked what Mason Brown was thinking there. He had the opportunity to go over the top and find Johnson in space. Didn't quite execute it in the end. But again, some really positive players. That ball goes over the top to Winwood. Winwood finds Brown. Brown juggles the mark, goes over the top. Quick attacking play here from Team Green. It's going to be Mason Brown who's going to roll it through for a minor score. The first real rush behind we've seen of that description so far today.
So Johnson, she takes the mark just here in front of us at the commentary desk. She gives back to Brown. He's had a lot of the footy early in this game as Brown gives over to a teammate in Johnson. He's going to try to give it over the top to Cott. She takes a mark. She's going to have a shot on goal here. She's within striking distance, you'd think. Johnson's working his way forward. Good pass there by Cott, and he's dropped a sitter. He won't be happy with that. You can see he dropped his head there. He's kicked forward today, so he would have had a fifth in the bag there. He's dropped that sitter. As Brown approaches this footy, good tap forward. It's come forward. We've got a race for the footy now. It's won there by number 7 in Jason Jinks. As Brown is set upon by 4 or 5 green opposing players. Umpire let that one play. Can he get the footy now? He can. So Mason Brown gives over. Looks for Johnson. Cott's there too. So's Johnson. Gives to her namesake. And we've got a whistle blown. So I think it's going to be a green ball. It is. They work this one out through the back line.
The thing I love about this game, Ryan, is just like traditional football that we've all come to know and love, is this ball can bounce in any direction, and it's crueling some of these players at the moment where they're going for those long balls, just bounces the wrong way, it changes the whole dynamic.
Exactly like we just saw there.
Hearn just decides to bounce the ball across. In the end, it was an overarm, so that is going to be penalised. Free pass going the way of Team White. Peter Brown's just slowing things up with a long loopy ball back. This game being played in fantastic spirits. These players train with each other, know each other really well. Over the top there, going to fall in the direction of Winwood. He's unable to quite cast the ball under his spell. Over and out for Sky Johnson, who launches the ball long, only as far as Winwood. Winwood goes to Brown. Brown stops, props, waits for a runner. Goes in short, finds Winwood. Winwood trying to link up, and a nice bit of work there.
By Jinx.
Defensive work from Jinx, and it's going to go through.
Should mention, Ozzy, it looks incredibly difficult just standing here watching these players to be able to direct the wheelchair in one way and also focus on getting the football. I know where we'd rather be. We'd rather be sitting on the sideline because these guys are the pros. And just standing here watching the way they do it is pretty spectacular.
The great thing is, though, it is a game for everyone. So I strongly encourage people to, if you are watching in Tasmania, to get in touch with Paraquat Tas and just explore the possibility of being able to play this great game. Also, if you are interstate, you can also get in touch with your state body as well. So that ball goes out of bounds. And I strongly encourage people to tune in to the VFL wheelchair competition as well when that gets back up and running. It's fantastic to be here today with thanks to Toyota. Also, Paraquat Tasmania and AFL Tas bringing you today's action from Prospect High. That ball's gone long down the line. Johnson unable to retrieve it. It's just going to stay in play. Winwood, handballs over the top. Loopy bouncing ball to Mason Brown. Brown goes over the top, and a nice mark taken there by Georgie Gott. I've liked Georgie Gott's game so far, Ryan.
She's been well. She was a link-up player in that first quarter, but it looks like she's going to be a goal scorer herself here. She's not. She's just missed that one. So she's had her hands on the ball throughout this contest early. We tick into the 7.5 minute mark here in the second quarter. We've got a 1-point ball game. We saw a tight contest early today outside on the Prospect High Oval. So it looks like we're in for another tight contest here inside the gym. As there's a ground ball now, 2 players fight over it. It's going to be picked up by Jinx. Good hands there. He tries to get to Johnson, who's going to spin that wheelchair around, but the boundary line beats him.
Just watching there, Ryan, you can see the bravery of putting your hands down to get the football when there's a wheel right next to you. It's a really unique, challenging game, and it's fantastic to see it on display this afternoon.
It's spot on, Aussie, as that one goes towards the boundary line. So we'll get another last touch rule in effect here. Looks like it could be a white ball. It is. So Johnson's going to be the girl to bring this one back in. What can she do here? Good handball over the top. Pot almost takes a mark. Then we've got a ground ball as wheelchairs come from everywhere to fight over that footy. High ball. Good work there by Mason Brown. He's been probably the best player on their side so far today, the white side. Tries to get to Johnson, but the sideline beats him. So we sit at a 1-point ball game as we tick into the last minute of this second quarter. What can they do here? The green side gets it over the top. Just missed entirely there as Brown's got it now. He's going for that ball, but Johnson intercepts, gives over to Brent. Gives to Jinx. Jinx sends that one deep forward. Good mark taken there by Johnson.
That's fantastic play.
That's a terrific set of play. Spot on Aussie. Jinx to Johnson. I like that combination. He's going to go over the top, and he's just missed. So that's his second point. He's kicked 4 already, so 4-2 is a pretty good scoreline in my book.
That ties things up at 28 apiece here, Ryan. So we're just going to see Hearn bring the ball back in play for Team Green. It was a bit of a chaos ball in the end, unable to quite be taken. Winwood swoops on the loose footy, just misses a target. As we track down to the final 30 seconds or so of the quarter, can Team White capitalise with the ball in their half of the court? Bring the ball into play is Jason Jinx, who's just taking his time, looks for an option, loopy ball over the top. Georgia Gott's there, but that one's no score because it's come from downtown. So we have 4-4, 28 apiece, dying stages of the second term. Massive second half is going to be on the way as the siren sounds for half-time in this contest. We have a cracker on our hands. Tasmania Green, 4-4, 28. Tasmania White, 4-4, 28. Ryan Rosendale, give us your thoughts on that second quarter.
Yeah, it was a second quarter. It was a pretty even second quarter compared to the first. I thought the White side early in the first got out, and then the Green side dragged it back. But that quarter it was a very contested game of wheelchair AFL. Trent Johnson's the man that's kicked 4 so far for his side, while Peter Brown's kicked 3. So they've been the lively guys up forward. But I think every player's really done something good today. They've all got their hands on the ball. We saw Ben Winwood come into the game in that second quarter for Joe Chivers, and I thought his work in the ruck, his combination with Peter Brown there was really lively for the Green side.
Absolutely, and I think we saw in that opening term there were 6 goals scored. That game, only 1 goal apiece. So I think the defensive units for both sides have really switched on, and I think it's the team defence that we're seeing as well. So I'm really enjoying this game, Ryan. I think we've got a cracking game on our hands and a big second half coming up. 4-4, 28 apiece. We'll take a short break here for half time. Just want to give a special shout out to Toyota for their support of today's action and for all of their work within the inclusion of wheelchair AFL space. Also like to thank Paraquad Tasmania for the fantastic work they do within the Tasmanian community on behalf of AFL Tasmania. We'll take a short break. Second half coming up next.
I look after disabilities football in WA, and one of the programs we run is for intellectual disabilities.
Everyone gets involved and you're meeting new people.
Are they footy cards?
Yes.
Of this whole Toyota Inclusion Football Academy.
How do you play footy? Meet Jude.
I'm Julian Anthony. People call me Hey Jude. I came from Sri Lanka back in 1998. I started playing wheelchair football from 2016. Love the sports to the max.
What is AFL wheelchair?
We adaptive sport. So we play in a basketball court. Obviously, being in a wheelchair, we need a flat surface and a smooth surface to push the wheelchair as fast as we can. We need to have a limited number, so we have 5-on-5 on each team. So we have zones, center, forward and defend. Football is all about kicking, and in able-body football, our kick becomes the hand pass and our hand pass becomes underarm.
What position do you play?
Mainly, I'm a defender because that's where my strength is. They needed me as a wall for the team. That's where I have to show my guns out.
What do you love about playing footy?
All the negative and all the disadvantage all becomes ability to perform in the court. So you might have painful nights. You might not be able to sleep at all night due to your disability. That 50 minutes, you actually don't think about any one of your problems. You are fully focused on the sport.
What is the biggest challenge you have faced?
Back in 2018, I got into a car accident, even though back in 1996 I got into a wheelchair. Due to a different reason, I was questioned whether I should be able to play the sports again. I was broken all my pelvis, my hips and my L2 spine, and bed confined for almost 6 months and not able to sit. Then coming out of that trauma and playing the sports again on the next season, that was the biggest challenge, and overcoming that was I always go back to.
What does accessibility mean to you?
In one word, dignity. If a wheelchair person doesn't have a proper ramp, we are dependent on somebody else to carry us. Giving us that accessibility, it brings back our dignity.
Why celebrate International Day of People with Disability?
It's important because this is like an appreciation to tell them we haven't forgotten about you, and we know that you guys came across a lot of physical and mental challenges, and you are not alone in this world, and we are here with you. It's just to say that we are here.
International Day of People with Disability, December 3. My game, our game.
Yeah, especially because Josh was over there. I'm way higher than we are. I'm lower than you.
Sky, he's been out of the chair today.
Oh, so you know.
Yeah, but I'm playing that one because I took him out.
Might be the last time. We're up and at 'em.
Welcome back to Prospect High. Second half underway here between Tasmania Green and Tasmania White. It's currently 28 apiece, and we have a huge second half of action coming up. An underarm pass there from Hearn, just misses the target. Mason Brown's going to be first back on the football. Goes out wide. Mark's taken. Nice work there by Jason Jinks.
Best name in wheelchair footy.
Has to be. Has to
Jason
be.
Jinks.
The Jinks man.
The Jinks
Love his
man.
work.
He's gone over the top. Sorry, Ozzy, I'll cut you off
No,
there.
I'll give that to you, Ryan.
So, ball goes over now. Brown's got it. Kick 4 in the first quarter, in the first half, I should say. Chivers has come back on in the third quarter. He's back to Brown now. What's he going to do? He's going to look for Chivers. Can't get to the man he wanted. And that one's gone out of bounds. So, we'll get a throw. Last touch rule, as we said, in effect in wheelchair AFL. And the man with the footy will be Ben Winwood. So he's going to look for a teammate up the field. Finds a teammate there in Joe Chivers. 3 metre rule in effect. Mark's been taken, says the umpire. Not taken there. Good follow-up work there. It's gone through for a point though for Georgia Brown. She's already kicked one today. So that gives them an early lead here in this second half. 4-5-29 plays 4-4-28. And as we said, that man with the best name in wheelchair AFL, Jinx, brings that one out to Johnson. She's going to come back off her mark. She lokes that one over the top to Mason Brown. He's taken a good grab. Gives back to Jinx, and we've got a clash of wheelchairs there. As we said, this game isn't for the faint of heart. There'll be some big hits in this game, even though he's sitting in a wheelchair. As Georgie Cott picks up the footy. Brown's there. This one's going to go towards the goal for the White side. What can they do here? Shilcott brings that one out. Look for Chivers. Good mark taken there by the big man. He gives an underarm pass off to Brown, and she's going to put that one through for a behind. It looked promising there for the green side. That's 1 goal, 2 behinds for Brown. So that takes them to an even 30. Plays 28 here early in the third quarter. So handball over the top to Johnson. He's kicked 4 already. Mark's been taken. He's going to go back. And he's going to put this one through, I dare say, for his 5th.
With Griffin Hearn coming the other way, that is such a strong grab from Johnson. Magnificent.
Spot on, Aussie. You need courage to play this game, that's for sure. So Johnson is going to line up. He's going to put that one straight over the goal line play. Did not move a muscle. That's his 5th of the day. And that gives them a lead now of 4 points. It does. So 5-4, 34 plays. 4-6, 30. It's an early lead now in the third quarter, Anthony Osborne.
That's exactly the start. Team White were after. Magnificent work. As we go back into the middle of the court, Sky Johnson competing against Winwood. Big collision there in the middle, but Chivers has a runner out wide, unable to quite get the ball there was Georgia Brown. That ball is going to roll out of bounds. Chivers back on. He sat out the second quarter. Good to see him back out in the middle for the second half. Playing on there. You can see there the tap on the leg indicates a play on for that position. That ball only goes as far as Team Green as Winwood over the top. Chivers just chucks out one juke and takes it comfortably. Dangerous spot there for Chivers from downtown. Gets the goal. Team Green respond in the way they were after Ryan Rosendale.
He's a good player. Joe Chivers, we mentioned his experience over in Melbourne with the Hawthorn wheelchair AFL side. He's come on to be an impact player here again in the third quarter. He's gone forward after he was in the ruck in the first. Great tap out there. Brown gives back to Chivers. Can he launch here? Be a long bomby. Lets to go back to Winwood. He's going to drift forward again, Chivers. I think he's going to look for him. He elects to go short to Georgia Brown. She knows where the goals are. She's already kicked one today. So we've got a collision there against the line. And it's going to be a green ball here to Peter Brown. He gives short to his namesake in Georgia Brown. She's going to go back to where she got it from.
Nice.
Gives over to Hearn. Terrific mark there taken by Joe Chivers. He goes long. It's not where he wanted. Might have been aiming for the basketball hoop up there, Aussie. But that's gone through for a behind.
Almost got the throw, but yeah, just a minor score. So, Team Green looking really dangerous at the moment. And a lot of that is thanks to Joe Chivers being out there. They moved to 5-7-37. Team White 5-4-34. Mason Brown with ball in hand. Fantastic grab from Jason Jinks. He goes back into Johnson. Johnson, a long ball. Just bounces into the post. A minor score. So back to 2 points of difference. 37 plays 35. Joe Chivers has the ball just inside his attacking half. There goes to Brown. Back to Chivers on the roll. Chivers!
That is terrific play from all the link-up players there. From Brown in the back line, over to Winwood, back to Brown, and then Chivers straight through the big sticks. All their big names getting involved there. So they're taking a handy 43 to 35 lead here. Have the green side. 6-7 plays 5-5. As Johnson's going to pick this ball up at the white side, gives back to Jinks. He sends that one long. That one's going to get beaten by everyone to the sideline.
Just came off the wheel of Hearn on that occasion.
So we'll have a white ball here. Can't score off a turnover. Coming back into play. So Johnson's got to give this one off to a teammate, and then they're back on eligible score.
Well, that's zone defence from Team Green. That's excellent. But somehow, Georgie gets in the right position, takes a strong grab. Now with an opportunity to hit the scoreboard. Gott rolls around, has an option to go short to Johnson, who obviously can't score as a centre. Handball, didn't quite get the purchase she was after. Johnson's going to be first after it, but she decides to leave it for Jinks. Jinks back into a dangerous spot. Georgie Gott is going to be first to it, but it just beats her and rolls out of bounds. Ball now going to be brought back into play by Peter Brown with Team Green.
You can see how hard it is, Aussie, to bend down from where you're sitting to pick that ball up and still control your wheelchair. So the fact that these guys do that, make it look easy when they do it, is a credit to everyone out there today.
Certainly is, Ryan, absolutely. So Mason Brown is out wide here. You can see Peter Brown coming in for some reinforcements. Still there is Mason. Jason Jinks just assessing his options at the moment. Mason just beats him over the top. Lovely tap. Some globetrotter stuff there from Team Green as the ball goes over. Eventually finds Joe Chivers on the outer side. Chivers goes long. Just misses through for a minor score. There's just an excitement whenever Joe Chivers gets his hands on the football, Ryan.
I was just about to say that Aussie's been the excitement machine here in the third quarter. He's well rested, spent the entire second quarter on the bench. He's come on and he's been an impact player. As he gets a bit of handiwork there from Jinx as that ball's come just in front of us here at the commentary table. Good play here by the green side, but it's going to be the white side through Cott. Just stolen out of her hands by Brown, as we see a few laughs there. As we said, these players know each other quite well. Comes back to Jinx. Mark's been paid by the umpire. So he's going to bring this one forward now. Johnson's there.
Nice.
Johnson and Cott are the two that can score here. Is Johnson too far out? As Cott comes towards. As Johnson elects to go forward, and he's just sent that one straight through the big sticks. So he was going to give it to a teammate there, but he thought the better option was to go towards goal. He's put that one through the big sticks, and that's his, I want to say, 6th goal of the day, Aussie.
Yeah,
so he's been lively.
Certainly has. He has been electric so far for Team White. They move to 6-5-41, trailing by 3. That's a goal they needed. Chivers now competing. A nice parry down the line there from Jinx out of bounds. He brought back into play by Hearn. Hearn opts for the short option in Winwood. Winwood over the top, unable to execute to Brown. Hurry to pass there from Johnson. Johnson goes out wide for the runner, and Jinx unable to get the football out of bounds. Oh, it does stay in the end. Georgie Gott with hands to it. Peter Brown emerges with the ball. Handball over the top. It's going to bounce cruelly for Team Green. What can Sky Johnson do here for Team White? Going to be first to the football. Bending down, unable to quite get the ball under a grasp. Excellent defence there from Peter Brown. Nice work, Georgie Gott. Goes over the top to Mason Brown, who almost loses the football. He goes over the top to Johnson. Johnson handballs. Direction of Sky Johnson. Johnson back over the top to Trent. Johnson's raffling it between each other at the moment. Peter Brown tries to get rid of the football, and it just bounces out of bounds. And Ryan Rosendale, after that frenetic piece of play, I need a breath.
I was going to say, Ozzy, you did well there, mate, because that play, that ball bounced across this whole court, and we just see off that play there how hard this game is to play. These players are today doing a terrific job as Chivers brings this one back to Brown. So we can hear the buzzer there. That's going to be the end of the third quarter here in the Prospect High Gym. And we've got a tight ball game here at three-quarter time. We are 44 plays 41. So you'll join us earlier here at Prospect High. We had a 2-point ball game outside between the Tasmanian Inclusion side and Launceston Masters, and we are set for a cracking finish to this wheelchair AFL game here inside the gym. As we said, Aussie, it was a tight third quarter, and it's 3 points at the last change.
That's right, Ryan. Certainly is. Trent Johnson with all 6 goals for Tasmania White. For Tasmania Green, 2 apiece for 2 to Joe Chivers, 3 to Peter Brown, and 1 to Georgia Brown. So we have a big game coming up in this final term. It's Team Green with a narrow lead, with thanks to Toyota for bringing today's action to you via the live stream, Paraquat Tasmania for all of their work, and also New Horizons Tas for helping bring today's action to life. My name's Anthony Osborne, this is Ryan Rosendale. We'll take a quick break here from Prospect High Gym and bring the final quarter action to you shortly.
Scoreboard's up now, guys. Playing for keeps on. Scoreboard's up now.
Welcome back to Prospect High Gym. The final quarter about to get underway. We have a big game underway and a big quarter coming up. Tasmania Green leading this one, 44-41. Umpire Caden Winwood with ball in hand. So we just wait to get this final term underway. Here we go at Prospect High Gym. The ball in the end just gets over the back. Team White now with ball in hand. Nice intercept there from Winwood. Rolls out of bounds, and you can just feel the energy in the room.
I was going to say, it's picked up, Aussie. Both sides came over to the scoreboard here and said, what's the score? We need an update. So you can see it's been put up on the scoreboard there. 3 points as a margin. Who will walk away with bragging rights in about 9 minutes' time? It's Mason Brown sends that one forward. Jinx with the footy, gives off to Cott, and she's put through her first of the day. The White side are on the board early in the first quarter, and Georgie Cott has kicked the first of her day.
Yeah, it's some champagne football there from Team White. Georgie Cott, ball in hand, quick release, 6 points to Team White. They are up and about at the moment. How can Team Green respond? So we're back in the middle. Nice work there, a looping handball over the top. Finds Joe Chivers. Handballs in the direction of teammate. It's going to go down to Lauren Burns. Burns with an opportunity now to hit the scoreboard. Burns begins the approach. Looping handball through. Lauren Burns gets her first of the day, and Team Green respond immediately.
They do, Aussie. That was terrific play there by that man just in front of us here. Chivers combined well with Lauren Burns. She puts through her first. She's had attention from Mason Brown all day, but she's got off the chain there and kicked her first. As Brown goes forward, can't find Chivers. We've got a ground ball now. Arms fly for that ball. That's Jinx with the footy there. Just traps that one under the wheel. Play on, says the umpire. Sideline beats all comers there. So Jinx will bring this one back into play. Looks for Johnson. His kick sticks today. He's kicked it bag. Can he kick another one here? He goes over to Georgie Cott. She's within striking distance as Johnson's going to come from behind and try to get one over the top. She's going to go in that direction. Brown cuts it off terrifically there. He's been lively all day. Has that man in Peter Brown. He's kicked three himself. As Chivers goes towards goal. I think he's put that through.
Don't tell me.
He has. Joe Chivers, goal of the day. That's a terrific bit of play there by the green side.
Just rolling out the party tricks as Joe Chivers, if you don't mind.
He's kicked his third, so the green side back within striking distance. I should say they're up on the scoreboard, sorry. 8-8-56, pace 7-5-47.
Oh, I'm still reeling from that, to be honest with you, Ryan. That was insane. It's got an opportunity now again.
It's got it again.
It's going to be over the back. Burns, can she get there? Not quite. Through. Taking a look, it's going to be brought back into play, no score. So, Team White with ball in hand. It's a slight deficit they're facing at the moment. Team Green, 8-8-56. Tas White, 7-5-47. Joe Chivers with the football. Goes long, always looking.
Missed.
That one out of bounds. So, Team White to bring the ball back into play through Jinx. Jinx looking for a short option. Brown's working really hard as Mason Brown. That's the call from Jinx, was to go to Brown. Sticks the Duke up, does Brown, and he takes the mark comfortably. Handballs over the top to Jinx. Jinx down the line, finds Johnson.
Oh, good grab.
Johnson's the sort of player who can rise to the occasion in this last quarter. Johnson goes over the top, just misses the target. Winwood wins the football. Mason gets the ball now. Johnson, a long bomb, just missing to the right-hand side. So, cutting into the deficit there at Team White. It's now 8-8-56 Green to Team White, 7-6-48.
Ball's come back out now. Mason Brown's got it. He's going to reset here. He's got that man, number 7 in Jason Jinx, to his side. Cott's got the footy. She can't get clean possession of that one, so that one's gone through for another behind. That'll take the White side to 7-7-49. It's come forward now. Chivers is not a man you want free forward, but the sideline's beaten him. It's one player he couldn't beat. So they'll get it back here with the White side through Jason Jinx. He gives to Mason Brown. What are they going to do now? They like to go long here out of the back line. but the green side setting up pretty well defensively.
Oh, good contest.
Good contest there. Griffin Hearn creating a contest. The ball can't quite get into the hands of Georgie Cox. Comes back to Brown.
Oh, here we go.
Here he is, the goal kicker. He's 6'6" today as Johnson. He's in the right spot. Good pressure there by Brown. He's going to come back off his mark. Now he's got room and space to move. Can he send this forward? Goes over to Cox. Good mark taken there by Cox, and she put her second through of the day. Feel like she's in striking distance. She's going to go high and long here. Good, well cut off there though by Griffin Hearn. As Jinx has got the footy now. Brown picks that one up off the deck. Gives over to Johnson. We've got a ground ball. Hearn's there. Good one-handed pick up. Good cut off though by Jinx. Johnson's on a man you want out the back. But it's well cut off there by Ben Winwood. And that one's gone through 4 behind. As the goal umpire is almost taken out by Brown. We see the signal of the white flag there. So that'll take the white side to 7-8-50 to 8-8-56. Anthony Osborne.
Absolutely, just one away. So Chivers to bring the ball back. So I should say it'll be going the way of Jason Jinx. Ball in dispute now at the moment. Swooping on the football, Winwood unable to get there. Brown, and ball's over the top to Chivers, who takes the mark. Chivers goes back. In the end, quick play on there, trying to move the ball forward. Now the ball's in dispute. A lovely pick up there. Nice work from Georgia Brown, linking up with teammates. Gets it back to Georgia Brown. So, Team Green with the ball in their defensive half of the court.
So Brown, what can he do now? He's going to look for a teammate up the field, but the white side are defending incredibly well here. Gives it to Ben Winwood. He gives off to Georgia Brown. The link-up play here by the green side. There's not too long left in this contest at all, and we've got a tight ball game and 6 points of difference. Looks for Brown. She can't take possession. Georgie Cott gets the footy. We've got wheelchairs galore around this ball as Jinx just throws that one forward. Smart play there, but it's been beaten by the sideline. So Peter Brown brings forward to Ben Winwood. He goes to Georgia Brown. She gives to Chivers. Mark taken. He's been lively here in the second half. Can he put this one through? He elects to give over to Brown. She almost took that one. Just dropped it on the back end there. So Mason Brown will be the man with his footy.
There's some good pressure there from Mason Brown. He'll bring the ball back into play. Brown goes in the direction straight to the AFL TAS signage. I know that was quite difficult to put up, Ryan, so I'm glad that didn't come back down.
It was. We would want to put that one back up, Aussie.
So, dying stages of this game. Special thanks to Toyota for their support and bringing the action to life. Also, Paraquat Tasmania. Fantastic organisation doing great things for the Tasmanian community. It's great to have today's action on the live stream for you as well. A piercing handball in there from Brown in the end. Splits all comers, and it's going to go the way of Mason Brown to bring the ball back into play.
Minute 33 left on the clock now. We've got a 6-point ball game. Can the green side go forward here? They can. Comes over to Brown, does Chivers. He's going to go back to Chivers. He's going to launch this one from deep. It's hit the goal umpire behind the points, so it's a one behind there for the green side. We've got a 57-50 game now, so 2 scores needed now for the white side if they're to win this game. Chivers has been the difference. We're into the last minute of this contest, 55 seconds remaining. He goes forward, gives to Wilcott. Winwood, I should say.
Winwood just waiting for an option here. Stops and props. Nice. Really smart pass over to Lauren Burns, who's going to take some valuable time off the clock. We took over 40. Over the top. Gets the goal. Fantastic work, Lauren Burns. Fantastic work, Team Green.
That'll be all she wrote.
You'd think so now, Ryan. That's a really valuable goal.
So 30 seconds to go here now. The umpire puts this one back in the air. That one down there by Sky Johnson. Picked up by Georgia Brown for the green side. Give it to Peter Brown. What can he do? Gets it forward to Chivers. Can he put one through? We've got 10 seconds left. Here, call for goals. He's put that one through. Touched there by Mason Brown. And that'll just be about all she wrote here at the Prospect High Gym. And it's going to be a 14-point win in the end to the green side. 9-10-64. Plays 7-8-50. Terrific contest here today. It was our first game calling of wheelchair AFL, and Aussie were treated to a absolute ripper.
Absolutely right. A fantastic exhibition of what this sport is all about. And, these players train really hard and have really put a lot of their energy into learning and honing their craft with this sport. Fantastic to have that on full display today. Thanks to the Prospect High School for having us as part to really utilise these facilities. Fantastic day to have both the game outside before and the game inside today as well. I've absolutely loved bringing this action to you. I'd like to thank Toyota for their support and particularly for bringing this live stream to life today. I'd like to thank Paraquat Tasmania for their work as well. So just take a look at the goal kickers for Tasmania White, 7-8-50 in the end. 6 goals going away. Trent Johnson, Georgie Gott also with 1. For Team Green, Joe Chivers with 3, Peter Brown with 3, Lauren Burns with 2, and Georgia Brown with 1. Special shout out to Joe Chivers, who scored some of the most ridiculous goals we've ever seen.
The one from far side of the gymnasium floor was a absolute belter, Aussie. So he was probably best on today, as we see both sides here joining up for a photo.
Absolutely. I think we'll stay online just for a little bit. We'll try and grab a chat with someone like a Joe Chivers in a moment, but we'll see how we go. I just think this has been a fantastic exhibition, and you can see the camaraderie these groups have and the respect they have for one another, and the love they have for the game is absolutely brilliant. I also think a special shout out to our goal umpires today. I thought Nathan Warren was terrific, Andy Bennett earlier on, and also Vinnie Hall, who we saw playing in the inclusion game earlier too.
He was a star earlier in the inclusion game.
Absolutely, they all did a magnificent job. As we just take a look and see them all setting up, I think we'll grab a chat with one of the players shortly as well. So we'll just see the players line up together, grab some photos. We'll just take a very short break and we'll be back with you in commentary in just a moment. See the players all getting together for a couple of photos, which is fantastic. It's my pleasure and privilege to have Barry Gaby from AFL Tasmania jumping on the live stream. Baz, you've been instrumental in bringing today's action to life. What's the importance of a day like today, both having the inclusion game earlier on and the wheelchair AFL exhibition match?
I think it's been great that we've actually had some more players turn up and be part of it too. So I didn't give him the sport the credit it's due. And obviously with the inclusion game early on today, 3 or 4 new boys turned up, which is really terrific. So hopefully they'll stay with their program now and help build the profile around the state. And obviously with the wheelies today, just an exhibition game to put on then, that was a fantastic game. And we was due to host the championships down in Hobart this year, but unfortunately for COVID, knocked it on the head. But hopefully next year we can get the guys back together and have a really strong wheelies state team to go over to the Nationals.
And what's the importance of, I guess, an organisation like Paraquat Tasmania, for instance, and New Horizons earlier, and I guess the role they play within the community and the connection with AFL Tas as well?
Yeah, look, we've got a really strong working relationship with both Paraquat and New Horizon, and Carmel, and with Belinda and Kevin Faulkner, who's not here today. He's actually at the archery, doing some wheelies archery today down the coast. But our partnership and our MOU with them is really strong, and they help us, enable us to actually get the teams together, and obviously with the New Horizon, they do all the qualifications for us with the players that actually qualify for our team. So it's really important that our partnership stays strong, and they sort of our vehicle where we sort of jump on the back and help out where we can.
Absolutely, and fantastic to have the facility like Prospect High available for us today as well.
Amazing. Prospect's been really terrific. Helped us out with the facility, and obviously it's really good to have the footy ground at the Oval down below, and then obviously have the courts here as well. So it's worked out really well, and the weather's been nice and good turnout of people, which is great.
Fantastic, Noel. Thank you, Baz. Thanks for all the work you've done. We're actually lucky to have Joe Chivers, one of the stars of today's game, alongside us here as well. I know, Joe, you've played plenty of high-profile wheelchair AFL games before with your work with Hawthorn. What's the importance of a game like today to really showcase what your sport's all about?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, many years ago I represented Tasmania in under-15s able-bodied footy, and when I had my accident I just thought there's no chance I'll ever play high-level footy again, but thankfully through the invention of Kevin Faulkner and Paracord Tasmania, we've been able to adapt the sport and get out and about, and it really adds a large quality of life, and I just can't be more thankful. So.
And is that the quality of life you're speaking to there? I know you're working with Paracord Tasmania throughout your time as well, so those engagements you're having with people, is that a common theme, that people really are thriving with a chance to play a sport like wheelchair AFL?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, AFL is our national game, so it's fantastic to be able to adapt the sport and get out and about, and regardless of your ability, just jump in a chair and have a go. So
fantastic. A nice mix of age groups today as well. We had some younger players, some more experienced ones as well. Can you tell us a little bit about the group that we had out on display today?
Yeah, absolutely. So we were from all corners of the state, from down south, northwest, here in Launceston. A lot of people, their first game today, first exposure to the game. And I don't think they could be more happy. So, no, they did a great job. And regardless of your age, your ability, you can jump in a chair, you can still play sport, and there's a pathway. So
fantastic. And just before we let you go, Joe, a couple of just party tricks that you threw out late with that goal from downtown?
Just a couple. I thought I would spice it up a little bit. But everyone can jump in, and regardless of a few party tricks here and there, I like to show off a couple of times. So.
Fantastic. No, well, thank you for all of your work with Kevin and the team at Paracord Tas for bringing today to life, and looking forward to keeping across your journey and also the journey of wheelchair AFL moving forward as well.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thanks, everyone. Cheers. Thank you very much.
So you can see now the New Horizons crew coming out with some basketballs to finish off today. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing today's action to you. We had the inclusion game earlier on between the Tasmanian State team and the Launceston Masters. Then we had a wheelchair AFL exhibition game from the Tasmanian crew, and I think, Ryan, I speak on behalf of both of us when I say it's been an absolute pleasure and a privilege to be here today, and really looking forward to exposing the different ways that football can be played moving forward.
Yeah, no, definitely one of the best days I've called footy now down here in Tassie for 2 years now. This is definitely one of the best days I've had in this chair. So yeah, terrific day and pleased to be a part of it.
Fantastic. Well, thank you to Toyota for their continued support of wheelchair AFL and inclusion football, and for bringing today's stream to life. Thank you to New Horizons Tas and Paracord Tasmania for all of the work they're doing within the community as well. Thank you to the Tasmanian Government and Hawthorn for their support. To Josh Goodyer on the camera, fantastic job as always, and Ash Wilkes back in the studio. My name's Anthony Osborne, this is Ryan Rosendale.
Pleasure.
Bye for now.
So I got this out of the Toyota Good for Footy suggestion box. It says, get more disability footy out there. It's not talked about and it's not well known. Well, let's shine a light on what these boys have been getting up to. What's going on, brother? You going alright? You ready to do some training or what?
How you doing, mate? What is it?
G'day. Good. You going alright?
I look after disabilities football in WA, and one of the great things is the programs that we run, and one of the programs we run is for intellectual disabilities, and we've created the Inclusion Football Academy, and we're here to show you through the process.
Well, if I miss a target, it's only because I'm tired, boys. What is this competition, and what does this competition mean to the players and the broader community?
So the players that have chosen to be part of the Inclusion Football Academy play in the integrated competition. That's a community-based competition throughout the amateur football clubs in the Perth metro area. There's 71 clubs, so there's 11 teams that play home and away games, just like A grade, just like the women's teams, just like the Colts teams. And, Thursday night meals, it's all of them together and playing the same jumpers, train on the same ovals, kick the same footy, and this is just an opportunity for them to have a pathway of excellence and meet a whole lot of other players within the 350 players that play in the competition.
Got 2 sessions before we start our exhibition games, but tonight we need to get some photos.
There's 2 photo areas set up. You don't need to go to both areas. If you go to both areas, it means you get your photos taken twice. Remember, what did we say about the photos? Are we going to both or are we only going to one? Right, we've got it clear. Okay.
These guys don't know it yet, but Toyota are planning on doing something very special for these guys. Stay tuned. These photos are going to be good. Now we're cooking. The Dustin Martin. Footy cards captures the most important moments in games, your celebrations, your goals. Looking back, I know that at the back end of my career, I'm going to be keeping a lot of footy cards, not only for myself, but for my kids as well. I'm sitting here with my buddy Ben. Ben, how old are you and who do you go for? And I also want to know who is your favourite player?
I'm 18 and I go for a Freo and my favourite player is Michael Walters.
Hey, there we go. That's what I like to hear, Benny. I'll give you that money later, all right? What is it that you love most about playing footy?
Is that everyone gets involved and that you're meeting new people every time you play with your team.
So have you got a lot of friends in your footy team?
Yes, a lot.
And you enjoy playing each week?
Yes, because I love getting around the players, like the boys that I'm with, and that even if we're down a lot, then I like to try and get all of my team back up.
That's good. Football in the community is important because it's a way of making friendships, gets everyone out of their comfort zone, and it teaches everyone leadership, but also working in an environment where a group of people are working together. I find it takes your mind away from other things. I know if I'm going through some tough trials and tribulations outside of footy, I know that whenever I'm out there for that first 2 hours, it takes my mind away from a lot of things. Everyone should have the opportunity to be included in the team because no matter what sport it is, basketball, football, soccer, win, lose or draw, there's no doubt that you're out there having fun, and that also makes your mental capacity good as well. From what I saw tonight, you guys have unbelievable talent, skill. Your voice is unreal. But yeah, once again, I just want to say thank you very much for letting me come down here, join in training. I didn't have to do too much because you guys had me laughing, had me smiling. I can't wait to give Ben the Toyota footy cards. There's no doubt he'll be proud, but as soon as he gives it to his teammates as well, the feeling in the room will be absolutely electric. G'day, how are ya?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you again. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm going all right.
I've got some cards for you.
What have you got there, bud?
A couple of footy cards of him and the whole team.
Oh, they're fantastic.
They're really cool.
So, Ben, what do you think the rest of your teammates will think about the Toyota footy cards?
I reckon they're going to really enjoy it and make them feel special.
I definitely will.
Yeah. Well, Ben's loved joining the inclusion footy team, and this state team has just been amazing, hasn't it? And it's given him, just such a new sense of life.
I think to watch him be a part of that journey has been really special.
We can't thank the AFL and Toyota enough for what they've done putting this program together. I think it's just had such a good effect for not just for Ben, but for the whole group of boys.
For him to get the footy card and for him to be able to deliver that to the team, I think is going to be a really special moment.
All right, Ben, thank you so much for welcoming me to your house. I just hope you and your teammates enjoy the Toyota footy cards. Enjoy the game tonight. Go out there, get a whole heap of touches, but whenever you get close to goal, make sure you kick them, all right?
All right, thank you for coming out, and it's a pleasure to be having you here.
No worries, buddy. Thank you.
Thanks.
See you, mate. Enjoy.
Ben and Michael have known each other for a little while, right? Michael dropped in to say g'day, and is that all he did? Did he just come over, knocked on your door and said g'day, or did he just...
No, he gave me the cards.
What, of him?
No, of the whole integrated team.
Of this whole Inclusion Football Academy? Who's that? Who is it?
That's Blair.
Blair? So did he only rock up with one set of cards?
He rocked up with a lot of sets.
Oh, so whose job is it? Did he make it your job to do what?
To give them out to the team.
What, their own set of footy cards?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
No. Let's get ready for some Toyota footy time.
All right.
I've never been on a footy card before.
Oh my gosh, you got an official footy card.
I have no idea. It was actually fun though. I didn't know it was gonna be in there.
So cool, so cool.
Oh, it was a bloody fantastic feeling.